Yes? Okay. Oh, yeah.
这是匿名的意思哦。
不知道 ，annoying 模式。
对哦。这个。
Good morning. Want to sit here? Very tired. Exhausted. Made. Different meanings, yeah. Tasty. Delicious. That's right. Sore. Frightening. Terrifying. That's right. Through. Yeah. Angry. Furious. That's right. Beach. Cold.
Freezing.
Waste.
Big. Huge.
Weight. Good. Excellent.
Bye.
Silly.
Ridiculous. Weak.
Annoying.
Yeah.
Infuriating.
Fair.
Interesting. Fascinating.
That's right.
New.
Funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Meat hungry.
This is the teacher Sean Allen from Taida Parliamentary Department. He's been teaching in Taiwan for 2 years. This is the second. Yeah, this is the second year here, and he does freshman English in Taida. Sean, am I right?
Yes.
And some writing and speaking classes. So he has a little daughter who is about to learn language, yeah, or started. She can speak Chinese and then English. Okay. So should we welcome Sean?
No. Between San Francisco, I'm sure is a city you've all heard of, and the capital of California, Sacramento. So I graduated in 2006, so what was that, 2.5 years ago? And after I graduated, they gave me a year to teach at UC Davis while I looked for jobs. Now it's very difficult to get a job, especially with a PhD in something like English. So I sent out, I think, 44 applications, and I got 3 back. One in all from, well, one was a good school, East Carolina. East Carolina is actually not a state. It's in North Carolina. I interviewed there but didn't get the job. I also interviewed at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, which is a tiny city covered in snow, maybe an hour from Madison, Wisconsin, which you might have heard of. I know that most foreigners only know West Coast, East Coast, and not very much about the Midwest other than Chicago, etc. Chicago and Texas. And then I interviewed at Taida for a position teaching there. Taida said that I could come and interview, but they weren't going to pay for anything. Usually common practice, if a school wants to interview you, that they give you the money to actually come. But Taida said no, it's at your own expense. Somehow I found a round-trip ticket from Los Angeles to Taipei for less than $500 US. Normally it's around 1,000. So I took that as some sort of sign, okay, for some reason, whatever, the Buddha or God gave me this cheap ticket. I'm going to go interview. So I came here in April of 2007. Bless you. I stayed at a hotel on Nanjing Dongwu. Now at this point my Chinese was even worse than what I just said now. I knew some very basic Chinese. My wife is from China, and but I've only studied casually on my own. I've never taken very intensive classes, and I didn't study a lot with her, although I'm doing better with that now, especially now that my daughter can teach me Chinese. She very often opens books and points to things. I wouldn't say one stereotype we have is that all Asians are tiny, right? But really every day I see someone as tall as me. But I am taller than average, I am bigger than average, so especially among little kids, one experience is, they point at you, so it's much less common here probably than in smaller towns, right? Taipei is an international city. You see white people every day, right? You see Yanggui's, whereas if you were in Puli and you saw me, you might think, oh wow, look, a white guy. So there is that. You have, the young kids. What I noticed in America is that there is a tendency too much. It is important to stay with friends, to find people who are also from Taiwan. Often just anyone Chinese speaking is going to get together in America. So my wife's friends are Singapore, Chinese. It's easy to walk around. Hong Kongese if they bother to learn Mandarin, but you know the old saying, "Tian bu pa, ti bu pa, wo pa, gong gong ren shua bo tun wan." Go to the one in San Francisco. It's very near my house. They tell me, okay, apply for a 60-day visa for your daughter, and then when you come to Taiwan, you can change it into an ARC. And this way, so she can stay the whole year with me, right? Yeah, and also if she has an ARC insurance. Well, we did that. She gets her visa. We come here. I go to apply for an ARC card, and they say, we need a copy of her birth certificate, proof that she was born, and I guess proof that I'm the dad, too, stamped by the American Embassy. Fortunately, for some reason, we brought a birth certificate. So I had to mail the birth certificate back to San Francisco. They stamped it, mailed it back to me. So I go and I apply again yesterday. They told me, oh, we need immunization records. That is proof that she's had shots. You know what immunization is, right? When you're young, they take you, they say, we're going to go to a toy store. And you go, oh boy, and then they take you to the doctor, and like, this is a toy store. And then they eat the shot, right? 85% of the U.S. is Christian, and so Christmas is, in some sense, the biggest day of the year because people are Christian. Christmas is supposed to be Jesus' birthday, etc. The percentage of Christians here is only about 15%, so in terms of religious significance, it's much smaller. And what is Christmas? You go to dinner with your family. You worry that your Jogway uncle might drink too much again, right? Just like any other get-together. You go to America, and a lot of families, you have to move, go get a job in another state far away. America is considerably bigger than Taiwan. You can't take if you take the Gaozi, you can get to southern Taiwan in an hour and a half, right? You can't really do that in America. So people live very far away. They try to come back together for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. It's a time really for children to get free toys. And sometimes it becomes very crass where you just tell your mom what you want for Christmas and you expect to get it. So, yeah, I think it's maybe a lot like the New Year's ceremony, but only 2 or 3 days, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. You have family together. You spend time with people that you don't spend a lot of time with, people you care about but who aren't part of your lives, right? Like a favorite cousin that you only see in terms of things like a big tree, etc. It's just like here. Christmas is for commerce. Hey, it's Christmas. Come buy something, please.